everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Bri, and fun fact, today I was only supposed to take about a 45-minute nap and it turned into almost 3 hours. But I feel like sometimes you need to have those days of rest, and I feel like there are times where your body tells you, no, you're gonna be a sleeping beauty and you're gonna sleep. So today's video is going to be installment number 4, I believe, in my Stash or Trash Makeup Decluttering Series. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. As you see, I look a little different today. I was gonna come on here barefaced, but I did want to try out one of my lipsticks that I did not try out this week. So I thought I would put on some lipstick and some mascara, a little bit of concealer, and call it a day. Now, I have sectioned off all of the products from last week that I used, and there were some products that I didn't use because honestly, I didn't wear makeup a lot last week. I probably wore makeup maybe 3 or 4 times that week. I just didn't really use makeup. So I have a clear idea of the products that I did use, but there are some items that I will be using for the next 2 days to see if I love them or not. For example, the lip color that I'm wearing right now. And this one is actually by Maybelline, as you guys know from last week. If you didn't watch that video, I will put a link down below and also a card up above. There were 2 lipsticks that I didn't use. It was Divine Wine, which is this burgundy, beautiful wine color, and then also Rich Ruby, which is this beautiful red shade. To be honest, I might declutter these. If I do decide to declutter, I will let you guys know right here, but I'm gonna go through my collection because I feel like I have other reds that I love. For now, they're my collection, but tomorrow they may not be. The other product I wasn't able to use this week was the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. Almost used up the other primer, but I have like a little bit left, so I wasn't able to dive into this one. However, this will transition into this week's makeup stash. So the next items I'm going to show you are the products that I am trashing or selling or giving away. The first item is this right here by MAC, and this is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium. I liked towards the beginning of the day, and then towards the end of the day, it was too dry for my skin. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be selling this with the bronzer that I have from MAC, and I'm going to be selling this on my little Instagram shop, and I'm going to be selling the 2 of them together for $10. So that way you can test it out if you want, see if you like the product or not. But since this isn't cruelty free, I decided, we're just going to get rid of it. The other item that, you know what, I might just actually add this into the mix or the bundle for $10, but this is the MAC Strobe Cream. I loved this. You guys know that I love this, but I put it on my skin and I wasn't wowed, and I think I keep thinking in the back of my head, it's not cruelty free. It's not cruelty free. It didn't wow me as the other one did. I don't know if the formulation has changed. I don't know if my skin has changed, so it just doesn't give me that glowy effect that it once did. All I know is that this will be going with the bundle with this and the bronzer. Oh, this saddens me because I tried to use it this week, and honestly, it's just not as good as my Bare Minerals concealer. And this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer in light medium. First of all, I feel it's a little too yellow for under my eyes, so I'm probably gonna try to give this to someone, but yeah, it breaks my heart. However, that just means that I have only 1 concealer for my under eyes, and I'm okay with that. Oh, this one I'm actually going to be tossing. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Now, this is supposed to be like a peachy under eye corrector, and I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I'm basically done. It doesn't really do anything for my under eyes. Yes, it brightens, but I feel like it clings onto the concealer and just makes your under eyes look even more patchy. I'm glad that I did use the majority of this up, so I don't feel too bad tossing it, but yeah, it's going in the trash. The next item I used this week, and I hate this product. This is Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm gonna be selling this on my Insta shop because I'm not a fan. First of all, it is so messy, and I hate the smell. It smells like an old grandma, and it just, not in a good way either. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. It sat on my skin and then it irritated my skin in a sense, so I'm just not a big fan. I have a full container of this, so I figured it's best to just sell it and get rid of it. And then the final item that I'm getting rid of in this past week's collection is this blush right here by Makeup Revolution. This is the Matte Blush Powder in Nude Rules. Now, I love the formulation of these blushes, but this shade didn't work for me. It's just too pigmented. As you can see, I barely used it, but one little teeny tiny swipe and you've got pigment. I mean, it is pigmented. If I were to take a normal amount of blush, that's what's gonna be on your face. It is super, super bright. I feel like this will be great for medium to deep skin, but for my fair complexion, it just doesn't work. It makes me look like a clown, and with my rosacea, it just kind of enhances it and just brings it to the surface. It's a great blush, it just doesn't work for my skin tone. There was only one item that I'm on the fence about, and it is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. I wasn't the biggest fan of this, but I think I'm gonna keep it and just use it on the days where I don't really care what my skin looks like. On days where maybe I'm just going for a run, or I'm having a lazy day out with girlfriends, or I don't know, just one of those days where I don't necessarily care to have flawless skin, I think I might just go ahead and use this one up. Now we're gonna go into the items that I'm a huge fan of. So there are two liners that I'm a fan of. You guys already knew that I was in love with Kat Von D Tattoo Liquid Liner. I'm obsessed with this. I just wanted to use it up. I haven't used it up yet, but yeah, love, love, love this liner. And then the other liner that I love so much, and I'm glad I have a full size because this isn't cruelty free, so I will not be repurchasing, but this is the Sephora 12-Hour Contour Eye Pencil, and it's the waterproof black version. Y'all, this is super pigmented. One swipe, super pigmented. This does not transfer or smudge, and it's just a beautiful formulation. So if you're a type of person who doesn't care about cruelty free, I would go get these because these are only $10. They are so pigmented that you don't need too much product, and they last you all day long. They're just great. They are the best formulation I've found thus far. So if you are interested in finding a great liner, then go to Sephora and get the Sephora Collection 12-Hour Waterproof Pencils. They're so good. The other products that I'm loving was this highlighter right here. This is by Becca Jaclyn Hill. This is the original collaboration that they came out with, and I think it was like their holiday collection, but it has 3 different highlights. It's got Pearl, Champagne Pop, and Blush Copper. Now, I wasn't able to use Blush Copper this week, but I already know that I love it. I've used it before in the past. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous blushed copper, but these two combined together, stunning, absolutely stunning. I received so many compliments this past week with this on my face, so I'm definitely keeping this in my collection. The 2 blushes that I am going to be keeping are these right here by Makeup Revolution. We've got Nude and we've got Fusion. I love both of these. They're super pigmented, they last all day long. Nude is obviously my favorite. It's my holy grail. And then we have Fusion. Now, I do love Fusion. I am gonna see if I have something else in my collection similar. If I like that formulation better, then I will go ahead and use that. But that will be a completely different decluttering series in itself. As soon as I've gone through my entire collection and have figured out what I love, what I don't, then I will do a typical decluttering series where I swatch and test all of my products, see what's similar, and then get rid of the products that are not great compared to the other products that are the dupes, if that makes any sense. But for now, I am keeping Fusion. Now we're gonna be talking about the eyeshadow palette that I love, and this is by Makeup Geek. It's the Manny MUA palette. This is a gorgeous palette. Now let me know, because obviously I haven't been able to do a makeup tutorial the past couple of weeks with these products, but if you want me to do a makeup tutorial featuring these 3 colors, let me know in the comments down below, because I was gonna do a like really smoky red eye that I wore sometime this past week on Instagram, and you guys were loving it on our live chat, but I just never got around to doing the makeup video. So if you do want me to do that, then I will go ahead and record this on Monday, the time you're seeing this video. I will go ahead and record it, and I will post it on Tuesday. If you're like, nah, that's okay, then I will go ahead and skip it. But if you do want me to record that tutorial featuring those colors, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely go ahead and do that for you guys. And then the other items that I'm loving are these 3 lipsticks right here. These are the Maybelline matte lipsticks, and I love all 3 of these shades. Now, these are not cruelty free, so what I'm gonna do is I will be using up these products, and then I will be tossing them, but they are not leaving my collection until they are done. The first one is Nude Nuance. This is a beautiful, beautiful color. I think this one is very comparable to the lip product that I wasn't too sure if I was going to keep from the previous decluttering series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to declutter that NYX Butter Gloss because I wasn't a fan of the formulation, and I'm going to keep this one because this is a beautiful deep muted brown nude. It's gorgeous. Then the other color that I'm keeping is Touch of Spice. This is a great Your Lips But Better color. It's stunning. I love this color. And then the final one, you guys know, is my holy grail. I'm so sad. Once it's done, but this is Clay Clay Crush, and it is a beautiful clay neutral shade. The other products that I'm loving were these lip liners right here. These are by NYX. 2 of them are the original formula, and then 2 of them are suede matte lip liners. I love all 4 of these shades. The ones that I have are Peekaboo, which is a nude shade, Prune, which is a beautiful burgundy shade, Aria, and it's a beautiful fuchsia shade, and then this one is Alabama, which I'm wearing in conjunction with the Divine Wine. And then the other product that I was using this week that I wasn't able to use up, but I'm still gonna keep in my collection and try to use it up probably in 2 weeks, and then I will toss it, is the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I have to say, after using the Mario Badescu facial spray and then going back to this, it doesn't compare. That facial spray is so good, and you guys know this was my holy grail, so I'm really excited to just use this up and then toss it and then focus on my Mario Badescu facial spray because that stuff is incredible. And then these 3 products are actually going to be transitioning into this week's video, so we're gonna hop into this week's makeup collection. All right, everyone, now that we've talked about last week's products, let's transition to what I'm going to be using this week. This week, the majority of the products will actually be drugstore items. Next week will be Valentine's Day, and so I thought it'd be fun to do a drugstore Valentine's Day look this week, and then next week I will do an Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette video for you guys. This week, like I said, the majority of the items are drugstore. Now, there are some items that are not because I don't have anything that are drugstore in my collection. For example, the foundation that I'm going to be using is not drugstore because I don't have any drugstore foundations. And that's okay. I am content with not having that in my collection right now. The primer that I'm going to be using this week is the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. I'm almost out of this. I feel like I have one more use left, and then I will be trashing it. I will be probably repurchasing this later on down the road, but for now I will just be trashing it. When I'm done with that, the product that I will be using to replace it this week is the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. I just want to use this little sample primer and see if I like it because Cover FX is cruelty free. So if I do like this illuminating primer, then I will put it on my loves list and purchase it on a later day. For foundation, I am going to be using the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I have 2 of these. This one is the one that's basically done. So I love this. I just want to use it up. For concealer, I only have 1 concealer in my collection, and it's the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. Love this concealer. I have 2 tubes of this, so I want to use the one that is the oldest and get that out of my collection. I'm in the shade medium. I love this concealer, and I'm so excited to be using it again. It's so awesome when you find those products that make you so happy, and that's one of those items. To set my face, I'm going to be testing out the Maybelline Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. This is not cruelty free, but I wanted to see if I like this. I forgot if I like this or not, and since we're doing kind of a drugstore Valentine's theme, I thought it would be fun to see if I like this. If I do, then I will keep it in my collection and then use it and then trash it. If not, then I will just go ahead and let it go. For setting spray, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. I have 2 of these. I just want to use them up because I've had them for a while. I believe they're great setting sprays. I can't remember. It's been that long since I've used it. For blush, I'm going to be using 2 blushes, and I already know that I love these blushes, but these are the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes in Apricot in the middle and Rose Champagne. These are gorgeous blushes, very subtle blushes, but they are beautiful blushes and definitely worth, I think, like the $3.99 that they are. The bronzer I'm going to be using this week is not drugstore, but it is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is a deluxe sample and it's in medium deep, so I just want to use this little one and give myself some warmth to my face. For highlight, I'm going to be using a drugstore highlight. This highlight you can't actually find at the drugstore, but it is from ColourPop, and so it's so cheap that I thought I would just go ahead and use it. These are the ColourPop highlighters, and I have the ones in Spoon and in Flexitarian. Spoon is a more subtle highlight. It is a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I'm really excited for that one. And then when I want an extra pop to my face, I'm gonna be using this one, which is Flexitarian, and it has a little bit of glitter in it. And that is it right there. As you can see, it is super, super pigmented. So I'm really excited to use both of these this week. For brows, I'm going to be using these 2 products. This one I'm trying to use up. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and this is in the shade Brunette. It's not cruelty free, so I do want to use it up. I feel like I have maybe a month left of this one, and then I will go ahead and try to purchase either the Anastasia Brow Wiz or maybe the NYX brow pencil. And then the brow powder that I will use to set my brows will be this right here by Pixi. This is the brow powder palette and it shades a brow. So I just want to use this and see how much I actually use of this and if I should keep this or not. Now we're gonna move on to eyes. I still have this in my collection. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Long Lasting Eyeshadow Base. Y'all, this is hanging on for dear life. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna be trying to use this up this week. It's a great formula, and I feel like because I only use a little bit on my eyes, it's gonna last me such a long time. I feel like I always get to the end and then more product comes. So my goal is to get rid of this by the end of February. I feel like if I do that and just use it every single week, eventually I will be done with it. For eyeshadow singles, I'm going to be using these 3 NYX Prismatic eyeshadows. They're beautiful. The first one is in the shade Frostbite. Frostbite is the perfect name for it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that blue sheen. This one is Golden Peach. It's a beautiful peachy shade right there. It reminds me of the blush called Orgasm by NARS, but in eyeshadow formulation. So I'm excited to use that as well. And then the final single shadow is going to be the shade Girl Talk, which this will probably be my inner corner highlight, as it is a beautiful, beautiful pearly shimmery shade, and it's right there. I do want to see if they work for my skin tone, how long they last, so on and so forth, but yeah, I'm gonna be using those 3 shadows. The eyeshadow palette I will be using this week is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. This is the original eyeshadow palette, and they are all matte shades. They are beautiful eyeshadows. I mean, super, super pigmented. Great eyeshadows, and so I just want to use these and see if these are comparable to the eyeshadows that I have in my collection, because I feel like this is actually very similar to the Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Basics palette. If I like this, then I will just keep it in my collection as a dupe, but if it's not, then maybe I will just go ahead and give this to someone. I'm actually going to be using lashes this week. These are the Demi Wispies by Ardell, and I love these. You guys complimented my lashes 2 days ago when I did the live chat on Instagram. So I'm going to be using these for a dramatic flare. And then the glue I will be using is the Duo Brush On Adhesive with Vitamins. For liners, I have 3 liners. The first one is a liquid liner, and this is by Jessie's Girl. I love this liner. Such a good liner, so I'm glad to have a drugstore alternative to my Kat Von D. The black liner I'm going to be using is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On, and this is in jet black. I don't know if I like this or not, so I'm excited to see if it's going to smudge or smear under my lower lash line. If it does, then I will definitely trash it, but if it doesn't, then I will stash it. And then the brown liner I'm going to be using is the Ben Nye eyeliner pencil, and this is in the shade Espresso. It is very pigmented, but you have to press a little hard. If it doesn't work for my lower lash line, and if it doesn't glide on easily, then I will just go ahead and toss it. And now we're on the final part, the lips, and we got a lot of lip products. For lip liners, I'm going to be using all of my Essence lip liners. I talked about them before. I have about 5 lip pencils. I love them. They are fantastic, and so I'm going to use them in conjunction with the ColourPop lippy sticks that I have. Now, I do have a lip liner by ColourPop that I do want to test and see if I like, as so far I have not liked the formulation of the ColourPop lip pencils, but this is in the shade Ellery. It is a beautiful, beautiful burgundy shade. Oh my gosh, that's the shade right there. It is stunning, and so far this is the only one that is not broken on me, because typically with these lip pencils I'll use it once and then I open it and all of a sudden all the color falls out of the barrel and I can't put it back in. So I'm gonna see if this works for me. If so, then I will continue to use it and maybe get rid of maybe one of my other lip liners, who knows. But the lip pencils I'm gonna be using this week, or the lippy sticks, are these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is I Heart This. It is a beautiful hot pink, but I don't normally wear hot pinks. I've had this for over a year, so I want to see if I like this. This is a matte formulation. I don't know if they have that on their website anymore, but I want to see if that works with my skin tone and if it doesn't make my teeth look yellow. The other color that I'm on the fence about is the shade Click. This is also a matte, and it's this really pretty vibrant orange. The other one that I'm on the fence because I've never used it before is Chateau, and this is a matte X formulation, and this is super pigmented. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm excited to test it out. I'm curious to see how that will look on my lips and if it will dry out my lips. This one I'm also on the fence about. This is called Silk. This is a matte formulation. Ooh, I feel like this is really dry. That's the shade right there. Yeah, I'm on the fence on this one for sure. This might even be just too dried out and I might have to toss it. And then these two I love, but I do want to use. The first one is Lumiere. Oh, I love this one so much. Love that color. And then the final one is this one, which I believe is Bound. It doesn't say anymore. I've had this forever, but that is the shade right there. It's a beautiful mauve. Well guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I post at least 3 times a week, but this month I'm actually going to be posting 5 times a week. I'm going to be posting every weekday this month and hopefully next month. That's the goal. It may not happen every single week. If it doesn't, I will definitely let you guys know on Twitter. But for now, that is the goal, to post 5 times a week. Also, don't forget to tell me if you want me to do that makeup tutorial using the Makeup Geek Mani palette. If so, I will definitely try to post it tomorrow. That is it guys. I hope you have an amazing week and I will see you in the next video. Take care.